Ladies and gentlemen, I got him. I think he's asleep. Oh yeah, he's mad. Check it out. Okay, yeah, he's really mad. 1 second. Alright folks, so obviously today we're sculpting Bassus from Halo Infinite. I'm really excited for this one. He's gonna be a big chunky piece. Now, this scene from the game right here
Spartan's not so tough, I think. Break open easy.
was probably one of the coolest cutscenes I've seen in a really long time. Like, just watching him drag his gravity hammer across the floor like that, just... So, I'm really, really excited to recreate that scene in particular. So, without further ado, y'all, let's just jump right into it.
We're going to start this sculpture off how we would any other, with a nice sketch. Now, I didn't include the arms and neck for the armature wire because it makes it a little easier to break these down for shipping so they don't break in the mail. Now, who exactly is Bassus, right? Some of you guys are probably wondering that if you haven't played the Halo Infinite campaign. Bassus is a older brute chieftain who's in charge of the security on the excavation site. You experience him one time in the Halo Infinite campaign. He kind of jumps up on you. You're not expecting it unless you've played the campaign. It's supposed to be like a very frightening moment, which for me it was because I wasn't expecting it. I went through the campaign without watching any initial gameplay, so it was quite difficult. Now he demonstrates the typical brute behaviors. He's large and brutish, obviously, and he demonstrates a rather low intellect. He refers to himself in the third person sometimes, and yeah. He was hoping to defeat the Master Chief to get a spot as a Spartan killer. Now, the Spartan killers of the Halo Infinite campaign are like the big bads. You don't want to mess with them. He was trying to become one of them by defeating the Master Chief, which obviously doesn't bode well for anyone trying to fight the main character in any video game ever. So I'm trying to format these videos in a way that I'm only speaking in certain sections, so I'll let the music play for a bit. So the reason you're seeing 3 different clay colors is because I wanted to use different clays for different functions. So the gray clay there is for the outermost detail. The inner clay that's white is cheaper, but it's quicker to build off of. And the beige colored clay I put over the aluminum foil on the body just to help bulk it out a little bit.
Okay, at this point, I'm really having a newfound appreciation for this website that I've been using for some of these sculptures called Sketchfab. And basically, you've got your model, character, whatever. Let's say this is the model. You click the screen and you can rotate it, you can spin it, you can see the underside, the top side, the left side, the bottom, like any angle you want. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. With that being said, I don't have that for this project, so it's a little stressful trying to get reference pictures for such a new character because online there's no 3D renders of this guy. There's no research being put into how this character actually looks from head to toe. Like, I just have the screenshots that I took from in-game basically, and it's a little rough finding out how some of these armor pieces actually look because I don't have the pictures of it. So it's a little stressful trying to figure out what exactly goes where. So some parts of this I'm taking just a touch of creative liberty, but for the most part he looks accurate to the reference pictures that I've been using. But yeah, I just wanted to point out that it's really imperative for the creative process to be using some sort of reference pictures. So, alright guys, break's over, so back to the sculpt.
Now when I said the creative process, I meant my creative process. I'm the type of artist where I need to see something visually in order to reproduce it. So it helps me tremendously to have reference pictures just to build off of something. I'm not very good at imagining things on my own. That's just how I am as an artist, or as a person for that matter. So here we're just adding all the extra armor. This was a little challenging because he has big clunky looking armor, but you have to find a way to make it balanced in the sculpture because some of the pieces might interfere with the build of the character. It's like you see he's got these big old arms. You have to kind of gauge how to add everything properly, if that makes any sense. This was definitely a fun part of the sculpture because I felt like his character wasn't getting rounded out until I added those forearm pieces. And then the face, I was really happy with how this face turned out because it took me one try. Now, I was using reference pictures of another brute character, Craig. Now, Craig is from the Infinite trailer launch, and a lot of people made memes of him, and then they upgraded Craig to look like really cool. And I had to use reference pictures of Craig because I couldn't find any of Bassus's face, like in high definition. I wasn't 100% happy with how my gravity hammer turned out, but I was about 80% pleased, so I was happy enough to move forward with the project. And if any of you guys have any critiques on the video length, so for instance, this video, obviously it's got a lot more detail. The video is going to be a little longer to showcase everything that I put into it. If you prefer the shorter videos, let me know. I can still make those. Or if you really prefer these lengthier ones, they take a little bit longer to make, but obviously there's more detail in the video. So let me know what you guys think. And one quick side note, I actually started my own Discord server, so if any of you guys are interested, I can start linking those in the description, but I won't for now, just because, you know, I'm still building, so I don't expect that many people to be joining it. This gold took so many coats to cover. I've been having problems with some of the spray paint primers, so I've just been painting over the clay itself and then adding a final layer of Mod Podge to seal it. But that gold took 3 or 5 coats to really get on there to where you couldn't see the gray under it. It was a hindrance. But I'm glad I did it, you know, that many coats, so it was actually covered. Alright, so the video's almost coming to an end, so let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. If you're new around here, hitting that sub button would greatly help me out. I can't stress that enough. I'm trying to build the channel again so I can use as many viewers as I can. I like to show my personality a little bit in these videos as well, so I start them with skits, just to kind of show myself as a person a little bit. And here's the action shots. I hope you guys enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed creating.
Alright everyone, and that's been my sculpt video on Bassus from Halo Infinite. Pick him up real quick. He's a big boy. So, drop a comment if you enjoyed the content, drop a like if you enjoyed the content, and if you're feeling really spicy, go ahead and hit the sub button. It really does help out. So, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.